So my name is Arie Altena. I work for V2 Lab for the Unstable Media in Rotterdam. And Michel from Dartel, our director, is also here. He was sitting there. Let's go see him now. So I will very quickly talk you through a few things that we are doing. V2 Archives started in, not V2 Archives started in 81, V2 started in 1981, so we have now 40 years of documentation. So on our website you can find documentation of 1,400 events, 1,000 works, 2,000 persons and organizations, thousands of photos, 350 videos, and 600 longer text, mostly PDFs, but also, I mean, not everything is extensive. Some of the stuff is short, some of the stuff is long, and there's much more that's not on the website. So the question is a bit, what is this archive and what is it for? I think it's in the first place source material that gives other people, art historians, students, just people who are interested, material to write their own histories of what has gone on in the past 40 years in the world of electronic art and everything around that. So an archive does not represent history, it possesses the potential for the writing of different histories. And this is interesting, I think, as well, because as an archivist, delving in my own archive, I always find new perspectives and stuff that I didn't know about, that I kind of are taking on a new significance now, a significance that they might not have had back in 1982 or 2002. So this is what I think is the value of the archive. So we strive to activate the archive also in order to make it something which is of value for us now, of value for students now, for young artists, artists of the future, other people just interested in this history of technology and art, and also let's say, critique that was inherent in this whole field of media art, the critique towards how we are shaped by technologies, how our society has been shaped by these technologies. I think this is kind of what is, one of the biggest values. So how do we do that? We do that by making new exhibitions that also look at the past, or do reenactments of older works, give artists commissions to kind of dive into this history of media art and technological art, electronic art, whatever you want to call it, and or write new essays, make new works, make radio shows, and in that way also bring these diversities of possible histories to a public. So just a couple of quick examples. We made a book for the electronic arts back 20 years ago. This was Arjen Mulder, Michael Post. Book has become, well, in my field, a classic. Or I'm talking from the Netherlands. Let's say, the book I was circulating around is just a short version of kind of 40 years, a reflection of 40 years of history of electronic art as it was happening at V2, and that's also where these images come from. So reenactments, I mean, in 1979, yes, Dick Rijmakers, a Dutch pioneer of a lot of different things, electronic music, made a performance graphic method Bicycle. We did a reenactment back in, 2008, actually remaking the hardware. Dick Rijmakers was still alive then, so that's an example of how to reactivate the archive. This is a really different one, a reenactment of Intona, sound piece by Dick Rijmakers from 2001, I think, and D&K, a couple of Dutch composers, performers, installation artists did their take on it. That was last year. Really recent, a couple of weeks ago, Marnix de Nijs had an exhibition with his research into touch interfaces and sending touch through the internet, going back also to work of Norman White from 1986 that we had also already re-exhibited at V2 in 2001, I think, and Did a nice interview also with Norman White on all of the background to that. An evening of the archive. This was in January 2022. Video of that, or the registration of that, you can find on the internet, on our website and YouTube and Vimeo channel. And then there's this book that I was just talking about, and we do a radio show in which we always feature something from the archive. So that's it.